generally speaking, in all of society, they've lost a lot of trust in their provider, and they've started to look at, especially the Gen Zs, how they are chasing after Jesus. They're like the generation.
They're the revolution. It's so cool.
Same thing is happening in the health perspective, because they see their grandparents and their parents, and they're on 14, 15, 16, 25 medications per day. And they're like, well, I don't want to do that. And I don't want to take more medications. How do I take less?
Welcome to the Rooted Dad podcast. I'm your host, Logan Engel, and I'm thankful you are here today. My goal is for you to feel challenged, inspired, and encouraged to grow into the dad, the man, and the leader God has called you to be. Take a deep breath, settle in, and let's get rooted together. Have you ever played the game Monopoly? And it's you and your family, and you guys are sitting around, someone lands on Boardwalk, they buy it, and then another person lands on Park Place, and they buy it. Now you've got this feud because one person wants the other one, and no one can agree on anything. Having Monopoly fights is awful. Don't treat your estate plan like a game of Monopoly. Go to trustandwill.com/rooted to get 20% off of your estate plan. Their website is easy to use. Their customer service is absolutely fantastic. And quite honestly, it doesn't take that much time at all. It probably takes less time than it does to get around the entire board of Monopoly. So what I want you to do is go over to trustandwill.com/rooted. You're going to get 20% off of your estate plan, and they start at $200. It's not that much. You can get that on 2 rounds of Monopoly pass and go. So go over to trustandwill.com/rooted and get 20% off today. All right, and we are live with Dr. Matt Horn. What's up, man? How are you?
Man. Good. I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. This is a really amazing opportunity just because I've known you for a very long time, and you have a great practice, and we're going to get into all of that. But if you don't mind, I have a shorter to share. But before that, if you just want to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about what you do and who you are.
Yeah. Man, first of all, you are a fantastic human. And it's been what? Has it been 11 years?
Something like that. Almost. Like that? Yeah. I think we started coming when Harper was 2. Well, no, before she was 2. And she'll be 9 in January. So it's been 7 years.
Wow. That's a long time.
It still feels like a really long time.
Yeah, it does. But just to speak to your character and just to honor you, man, you're one of the most uniquely authentic people that anyone would ever meet. You have the heart of gold. The way that you approach people, they feel loved. They feel seen. You're just so emotionally connected. And just glad to be
Thank you. I appreciate that, man. Sure. I appreciate that. That honestly, that means a lot. I appreciate that.
Good.
So.
Good. A little bit about me. So I'm the owner and CEO of the Premier Life in Carmel, and it is a brand that approaches health differently. And our goal is love, hope, and restoration of your God-given potential. So the point of it is to make sure people approach health in a different way, meaning that root cause versus disease management. So we're there to really upset the status quo when it comes to people getting healthy. And we believe that God made the body perfectly. It didn't make junk. He makes us to heal, and we just help to facilitate that healing.
Absolutely. And it's so funny that you say that because I remember we were going to I-Town, and everyone was like, Harper was dealing with a lot of ear infections. I think when we came, she had 8 or 22 ear infections. She had pneumonia. She was a sick kid. Yep. And someone there was like, oh, you should go to the chiropractor. I'm like, okay, whatever. We didn't really think anything of it. And I always thought the chiropractor was a place that you fixed your back. That's what I always knew of it, right?
That's what most people think.
And I remember us coming in, we sat through the dinner, we came in, and I still remember this to the day. We're doing our exam, and you're kind of feeling around, and Gabby's on the table, and you're like, do you not ovulate on your left side or whatever side it was? And she was like, yeah, how do you know that? And you're like, it's part of how your body's built. You went into this whole thing, and I remember we sat down with you and we were like, we're trying to have baby number 2. and we're going to maybe look at doing IVF and, you know, doing some of that. And you're like, look, give me 6 months. If it doesn't happen, go ahead. But like, just give me 6 months to figure this out. Get your body right. And Harper turned 2. I think that's what it was, 2 or 3. I think it was 2.
Yeah.
On January 3rd. And January 1st, we found out we were pregnant with Lily.
Awesome.
And I was like, well, I guess we're not doing that. So it's amazing to know that you can see a lot of stuff by just looking at somebody's like nervous system.
Yeah.
And again, like to your point, it's like everyone just comes to the chiropractor because it's their back. Like my back hurts or my back is off. So I tell everyone that story that I'm like, oh, you should go to the chiropractor. If you live here, go to Premier Life. Like that's where you should go.
Yeah.
So like kudos to you for knowing how to do that.
Thanks. Well, I mean, you know, like I look at it like when it comes to health, our country is completely upside down. Mm-hmm. And like you said, that people see the chiropractor for back pain.
Yeah.
That's common. People think it's either a luxury or they think it's for pain. And its truth is it's for neither. It should be for whole family wellness because your nervous system is what runs your body. And we look at the body in such a systemic approach. We just look at the heart or we look at the digestive system or in your wife's case, we look at the female organs. Yeah. And that's kind of where the buck stops. And we're like, okay, well, it's not performing the way that it should. How do we stimulate it into performance?
Right.
When, again, I don't believe that God makes us insufficient. And I believe that he gives us everything that we need. It's just the world that creates so much stress on our system that our bodies don't function normally. And first of all, we don't feel it as it declines. And all of a sudden we get to a place and we're like, how did I get here? And why do I have this persistent symptom? Yeah. And it's because disease is a process, just like health is a process. But over time, you just get used to reading the body and you can kind of look at things and say, okay, well, that makes sense. And, you know, when you look at how the nervous system communicates, it communicates from brain to tissue. Right. And you can associate a specific organ to a specific area of the spine of where that disconnect can take place. Right. But ultimately, it comes down to just stress. And our system's unable to adapt. Yeah.
So how almost taking a step back, how did you get into being a chiropractor? Because kids are like, I want to be a doctor or a surgeon or NBA player. Like, did you always want to be a chiropractor or how did you fall into this?
It was God's plan, man. Yeah. Like just like everything. It's, you know, I was from a small town, like 9,000 people, small town, Illinois. And I was like, man, I want to leave this small town. Maybe I'll be a lawyer. Maybe I'll be a doctor. And as I grew, I was like, okay, well, I love the medical idea. But I was always a really, really sick kid. I had a lot of croup, colic. I was diagnosed with asthma when I was 9. I started using inhalers until I was about 13. Then I got these horrible, crippling migraines when I was an undergrad. And up until that point, I was like, I'm going to do pharmacy. So I was going to go to St. Louis College of Pharmacy, and I was going to help people. Yeah. And then as I started to visit these pharmacies, it was like a revolving door of sick, disgruntled, upset about their insurance, just like angry about healthcare, angry about how much money they were spending. They felt awful. I'm like, I don't want to just count pills. Yeah. And just help people manage their disease. And about that time, I was teaching tennis through high school and a little bit of college. Yeah. And I met this family of chiropractors. They were incredible people. And I remember Kathleen, she was like, why are you taking so much Motrin? And I was like, oh, I have headaches. Like, it's just what I do. And she's like, that doesn't have to be like that. And I was like, what do you mean?
Say more.
And she, totally. Say more. And I was like, okay, so what do you mean? And she's like, well, let's take an x-ray of your neck. And I'm like, okay. Did you miss the fact that I have headaches and not neck pain? Right, like, what are you talking about? And she explained the neurological connections of how compression here can create swollen blood vessels here, creating a migraine. She's like, you probably have a problem with your cervical spine. And I was like, okay, I'll bite. Yeah. So I went and I got an x-ray, and she showed me a negative 28-degree S-curve where I should have a big C-shaped 45-degree curve.
Crazy.
And she's like, oh, there's your migraines. Were you a C-section? I'm like, I don't know. Let me ask. Yeah. So I went home, asked my mom. She's like, oh, yeah, traumatic birth. You were 11 pounds when you were born. Insane. Like, you had a cone head. They used vacuum. They used forceps. Yeah. I was like, oh, my gosh. Okay. Yeah. Whoa. And 6 months later, my headaches were gone. And I was like, this is awesome. I want to do this. Yeah. And a couple of years into chiropractic school, after undergrad, I was like, okay, it's great for pain. This is cool. I kind of felt lost.
Mm-hmm.
And I met these two doctors, Dan Sullivan and Ben Rawl. They came to my school to speak, and they talked about the power that God put in the body and how the body was designed to heal itself. And if you just take stress off of the system, that the body would heal. And I was like, yes. I didn't sleep that whole night.
Really?
Like, oh no, not at all. I like stayed up like writing things down. I don't even know what I was doing. I was just so excited about what the profession could be.
Mm-hmm.
Forever changed in that moment. And now 12 years into practice, and I've seen miracle after miracle. I've seen MS go into remission. I've seen ear infections go away. I've seen women get off thyroid medication they've been on for 20 plus years. You know, and now it's become this is how God has blessed it, which is so cool to me, because I got into it wanting to help people. And as my faith got reignited through iTown and now through the church that we're attending, it's become a ministry. And I've incorporated that framework and focus on Christ right within the walls of a secular business, of a healthcare. So I look at it, we are a health ministry. Is how I would describe the Premier Life.
Yeah, and it's really cool that you say that, because remember the first time we came in, there's like Christian music playing, and you know, you don't see that in a secular business too much anymore, right? And it's very rare. And so, but you walk in, it smells good in here. It's like everyone's smiling and happy. But if you take your environment here, so kudos to you, because if you take your environment here, no one would think that this is like a chiropractor office. Because if you come here and then you go to a standard doctor office, it is night and day difference. No one is smiling. No. Everyone's on the computer. No one's like
give us your insurance card.
Right. Yeah. You know, it's like, and I think, and we've talked about this too, but like there is a place for that in the world and in your life.
Crisis. Yes.
But it's like, you just go in there for a cold and no one's like happy to be there. Like no one wants to be there because everyone's coughing and it's like, but I mean, during COVID, we came here and I was like, Dr. Matt, like I think we have COVID. Like we can't go. You're like, no, come in. Yeah. We're going to get you adjusted. We're going to get your bodies reset. And it was just the environment when you walk in here, you can't be sad. Thank you. There have been times when we're getting adjusted and you're like, hey, give the kids to so-and-so. It's your turn. Lose that. Like, just take care. So kudos to you for providing an environment where people can feel free, but they can also feel like the distractions, even if it's for 10 minutes, they're distraction free. Like that's awesome for you guys.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
It's an environment where I think about, if Jesus himself were to walk in the door, would we be proud? Would we be representing a business or would we be representing him?
Yeah.
And my team, oh my goodness, they're such wonderful people.
They are. Yeah.
They understand that. And that's who I look for. I always say I don't hire a resume. I hire the heart. Yeah. Things are trainable. You can teach stuff. Yeah. But you can't teach this.
There's a guy, I don't remember his name, but like he came in the first day and he was wearing scrubs. And you're like, nope, you got to go home. Like we're not the scrub chiropractor. And I was like, man, like Dr. Matt is like, you don't want that. I don't even want to call it energy. Yeah, you don't want, like, you're not a medical facility. Like, you guys are
a health ministry.
Exactly.
And Logan, it's funny you say that, because I look at an opportunity, like, I don't even like the word chiropractic, if I'm being honest. Like, I think it carries generational curses, because you see such a broad spectrum throughout society. People are like, oh yeah, we see my grandmother, my great grandmother, we all saw chiropractors. Or we see people who are like, oh, the devil, no, I would never go to they're dangerous. Like, whatever it is, people have this thought pattern of what it is. And what's so sad about the profession in general is it's so misconstrued for whatever reasons, finances, abilities, and it's dabbling in the realm of PT, there's therapies, and it's nothing to do with chiropractic itself. But that's why we moved away from even the word, and it's just the Premier Life, because I feel like I have the tools that God has blessed me with to live a Premier Life. Yeah. And The chiropractic adjustment is a piece of that, but it's mainly a focus on neurology.
Yeah.
Because if you think about how our system adapts to stress, that's why we get sick as we get old, is because all the stress has taken part on our body and had an effect on our body. And the brain has a learned behavior to the emotional stress of that angry boss that you had for 10 years, or the abusive marriage, or, the loss of a loved one, or the drive-through line, fast food, all the chemicals that are around us on our bodies, all the parabens, all the phthalates. And then not to mention, like, we know that a fall down the stairs is not really good for our health.
Probably
But
not, yeah.
over years, the body will decline, which first of all, we don't feel.
Right.
And all of a sudden, our neurology can't keep up, and that's where symptoms start to happen. And then we treat those symptoms, but we never address root cause. So my perspective is, how can I give an input to your neurology in a frequency that actually overcomes that pattern that the brain has adapted into from our current environment, and get the body healing? That's why through COVID, I was like, you're not going to get better sitting at home any faster than you would anywhere else. So come in, let's clear your system.
Right.
Let's connect your brain to your body, and let's allow that healing to happen faster.
Yeah, absolutely. And I do have a question. So I feel like there's this, doctors don't like chiropractors.
Yes.
But chiropractors aren't big fans of doctors either. Is it mainly because, like, doctors, like, you guys are offering a more of like a natural type of medicine versus like antibiotics and chemicals, right? Like, where does that stem from?
Oh man. So we'll
get into the wars.
Let me say this. I love healthcare professionals.
Yeah.
I see surgeons. I see MDs in the practice. I see the CEO of IU.
Yeah.
And for years. And it's because there should be a separation. And currently in our medical regime, there is no separation. So medical should be for crisis only.
Yeah.
You get hit by a car, you fall down a flight of stairs and break your arm, you fall off a roof like I did in 2014, you go to the hospital.
Yeah.
They're going to do amazing life-saving work. That's where it should stop, is crisis. The problem is our society has been trained that every cough, sneeze, ache, pain, that's where you run to.
Right.
And we're giving people lifestyle medications.
Right.
Like the average American was on 6 prescription drugs in the late 1990s, I think 1999.
Yeah.
And then pre-COVID, it's 20.
Wow.
So, 6 to 20. Like, these numbers are growing like crazy. And we are giving people the licensure through medication to do life poorly. Yeah. To make poor decisions, to not actually focus on their health because, hey, we got a pill for that. Your blood pressure's up, we got a pill for it. Yeah. Hey, this is a problem, we got a pill for it. And that's, I think, the misunderstanding in the public. Now, from a profit perspective, if you want to look up the science of it, in the 1920s, Abraham Flexner published what was called the Flexner Report, where he visited every homeopathic school, every chiropractic school, every medical school, every pharmaceutical medical school. Wow. And he said, hey, there's your business. And who got involved? The Carnegies and the Rockefellers. Yeah. And they said, we're going to accredit your medical school and fund it, but you have to practice medicine, meaning not medicine, but you have to practice pharmaceuticals. So within like the early 1930s, half of the schools, medical, homeopathic, chiropractic, half of the schools in this country closed. Wow. Because they lost all funding. Okay. And this is where medicine started to take ground, and it's become this juggernaut that since about the 1970s, insurance companies have wrapped their arms around it, and we've made it a lot more easy for people to obtain health. Yeah. As far as pharmaceutical goes, versus seeking out their own type of care that they have to actually pay for, that their insurance doesn't necessarily cover. Right. And, I like to define it like a car. Like, my car insurance doesn't pay for my oil changes. Do I still need them for maintenance? 100%. I do. Yeah. I have to get them. Otherwise, my car is going to fall apart and it's going to be a big problem. Right. Later down. But insurance should be there for catastrophe. Yeah. Just like the medical should be there for catastrophe. So, and most people actually don't know the history. In 1989, the AMA was sued by chiropractic for slander for years, since about the 1960s. They lost a Supreme Court case. Wow. And they basically told the AMA, like, hey, stop it. Yeah. Because they would, anything that wasn't medical was considered pseudoscience. Yeah. So in the 1960s, medical doctors would get these packs in their lockers. They were called quack packs.
Yeah.
So anything like chiropractic, homeopathics, naturopathic medicine, it was all like poo-poo, no, we don't do that. We do real science.
Right.
So that's where it stems from. That's the history and that's the public perception.
So we look at looking, because now my wheels are just turning in my brain right now.
Mm-hmm.
When you have families come in, I mean, we were kind of in that boat where I still remember, like, Gabby's all on the, like, we're going to take vitamins, we're going to do this. Like, she has really switched to, like, the homeopathic type medicine, right?
Yeah.
When you get families in here, what's your approach with them? Because they've had years, like a lifetime literally, that they've maybe done I have a headache, I'm going to take Motrin, or I have a cold, I'm going to take
Tamiflu.
Right.
NyQuil.
Exactly.
Sure.
Right. My allergies, like I got the sniffles, it's allergies, I'm going to take Zyrtec or something. Like, how do you shift that mindset for families? Because it's, again, like, I still remember you adjusted Lily at birth. Like, you're like, I'm gonna come in here. I'll do her first adjustment, because Gabby had to have all C-sections with the kids.
Yep.
So how do you shift that mindset for the families that are coming in for, like, their first time or even years in?
It used to be a lot harder. Okay. I'll say that. Since COVID, society has become so polarized, and I think Instagram, oddly enough, has helped with that. Like, the veil has been lifted to some degree, and people are like, oh, I should be doing red light, maybe peptides. And health is, but the dangerous part of that is health has kind of become a smorgasbord of, like, I should do intermittent fasting, or maybe I'll do cold plunges. And people are kind of lost in all of that information.
So much that you can do, it seems like.
But years ago, people were all on board medical. And if you look at some of the recent studies, the trust in the traditional medical system before COVID was around like 75%. Now it's as low as 40%. Wow. So people generally speaking, in all of society, they've lost a lot of trust in their provider, and they've started to look at, especially the Gen Zs, how they are chasing after Jesus. They're like the generation.
There's a revolution happening.
Yes.
It's so cool.
Same thing is happening in the health perspective, because they see their grandparents and their parents, and they're on 14, 15, 16, 25 medications per day. Yeah. And they're like, well, I don't want to do that. And I don't want to take more medications. How do I take less? Like, how do I find the problem versus manage the symptom? So all that to say, it's a lot easier now than ever before. Like, people are saying no. Yeah. But my general thought, let's take allergies, for example. Like, Logan, I get it. You can take Zyrtec, so you're not just completely destroyed in your meetings and you feel terrible. But there's a reason you have those allergies. And it's not that you're just unlucky or you have bad genes, because that's what we're fed, where it's just like age and genes. Yeah. And since the 1980s, we've proved that our genes are completely changeable. In fact, 97.8% of our genetic code is changeable through lifestyle. It's called the epigenome. So we have the power, and we know it, but it's just getting people to understand, like, yeah, you can manage that symptom. And if you want to take NyQuil, fine, but let's get you healthy. Right. Let's make sure that the allergies that are today are not the allergies of tomorrow.
For sure.
Let's make sure that your body has a higher threshold of balance and healing, so that you can overcome that threshold so you don't experience the allergy. Yeah. So many people, like, their allergies go away. It's not that the chiropractic adjustment cures allergies. Yeah. It's just that it creates balance. So I think that's what I really try to show people is, like, hey, you can, but it does come with these side effects. Right. It does come at a cost, just like anything else. Like, you can spend a ton of money, but it does come at a cost.
I think we have this piece where we have short-term gains, right? Like, we can go to McDonald's. There's McDonald's right down the street. You can go to McDonald's, you can go through the drive-through, and in 10 minutes, your food is ready. Yeah. But the food that you consume and what that does to your body, like, I've eaten McDonald's, I'm like, oh, I do not feel good after this, right? And I think everyone has those splurges, and I'm not knocking that by any means, because I think we all have vices. But I think the point of it is like, I've gotten to the point where it's like, all right, I'm not feeling good, I'm gonna go see Dr. Matt. Like, I don't want to be part of the, like, well, I know I'm gonna have to take this medicine, or like my blood pressure is high. Well, your blood pressure's high because you're probably not walking, or the food that you're eating. Like, there's all these other things that I think, in like you said, like in Gen Z, it's like we're starting to notice all of those things coming,
Trends.
the trends, right?
Yeah.
But at what point do we notice them and still ignore them, or we notice them and then choose action to take care of them?
This is a different conversation
Yeah.
because now we're talking about comfort.
Yeah.
And humans always move to what's safe and what's comfortable
Right.
and what they've always known. That's why I say generational curses around chiropractic, because this is what we've always thought it is.
Right.
It's always for back pain. Same concept with, like, we all know that Chick-fil-A is not the greatest. Like, it
Right.
might be a cool, like, hip fast food thing. It might taste really good, but deep down we know it's still fast food.
Right.
And
Yeah.
it's still not good for our bodies. But it's easy
Yeah.
and it's fast.
Right.
And people are like, man, we're in a hurry. And everybody moves at such a fast pace that they're like, all right, just this once. But just this once is never just this once, is
Yeah.
it? Even for my family, it's like, okay, my boys are eating Chick-fil-A. Oh, well, we only do it once a month.
Right.
Well, what if we do it more?
Right. Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
So,
You talked about a lot about like Jesus, and I was actually thinking about this morning. Jesus walked from, in his 3 years of ministry, he walked from New York to California, I think twice, is
Wow.
like what some of the studies have shown. And
wow.
when you think about that, it's like there's all these things about walking with the Lord, like all in the Bible. Nowhere in the Bible do I think it says run with the Lord. It's like just walk with the Lord. Your pastor say it every Sunday, walk with the Lord. And I've been stuck on this thing of like, why is it walk? Why is it not run? Why is it not drive? Why is it not bike? It's because like that's what Jesus did. Like he slowed down so much to where, as popular as he was, he would still talk to the leopards and he would still talk to the blind. Like he would, because he slowed down.
Yeah.
And so to your point, it's like we live in such a fast-paced world with fast food, with fast care, with, you know,
Fix it now.
6-minute
I
abs.
need it now. Yeah.
6-minute abs is by far the craziest. Like, who thinks they're going to get abs in 6 minutes? It's a great marketing play. But what I guess what I'm getting to the point is like, how would you recommend people, especially parents, to just slow down in a very fast-paced world?
It's one of the main conversations that I have with people, because people as Americans, we just are like, oh no, I got it. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother. I'm good. I can handle it.
Yeah.
You hear all those phrases of like, you hear people talk, and what's the common thing? They're like, I'm busy.
Yeah.
I'm busy.
Yeah.
I'm busy. I'm very busy. Oh, we're so busy.
We've had those conversations.
And yeah. It's like, okay, you're busy. Or, oh, I'm stressed.
Yeah.
I'm stressed. I'm so stressed. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's the main coaching that I do, because if this doesn't change, if your mind doesn't change, you're never going to change your diet. If your mind doesn't change, you're never going to start that exercise and make it a consistent habit. You're never going to get adjusted regularly.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to, like, you might understand the benefits, just like we understand Chick-fil-A is not good.
Yeah.
But if our mindset doesn't change, nothing's going to change.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Mindset's a...
So I guess my coaching, to answer your question, to loop back around, is like you have to have, and this is something that we really like pride ourselves on. We know every single person that walks through our doors. We see 1,450 visits a week.
Wow.
We know every single person by name, not by picture. There are no pictures, by name. And we invest into their families, because God has given us charge over them to care for them.
Yeah.
And I never want people to be seen as a number or someone we just gloss over, that it's like, hey, we're going to take good care of you. We're going to know who you are.
Right.
So I have the ability as a provider to stop and say, hey man, are you really good?
Yeah.
Like, I know you. I've
Yeah.
seen you for 7 years.
Right. I know. And
Are you good?
We've had those there's sometimes, and I'm like, Dr. Matt, for whatever reason, when I've always noticed when I'm stressed out, I sweat like crazy after my adjustments, even during them sometimes too.
That's a sympathetic response. There's science to that.
Right. And so it's just amazing, because I've gotten to know you as a chiropractor, but I've also gotten to know you as a person. And there have been times when it's like, I might not be here a week or like a couple weeks in a row, and you're looking, hey, like, just want to check in, make sure you guys are okay. Like, how are things going? And I greatly appreciate that, because I think in today's world, you don't have, like, people just have this notion of, like, they just want your money.
Yeah.
And you guys take a stand where it's like, you guys want to make sure that people are just okay.
Yeah.
Like mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually,
Yes.
even, it's like
body, mind, and soul.
It's awesome. Yeah. It's just an amazing feeling to have someone that like cares about you outside of like the money you provide them.
Yeah. And like, that's what health really is. It's body, mind, and soul. It's not just, one facet. It's not just your physical, right? And that's why, for our practice, one of our values is we're going to steward people's resources even when they don't. So if people aren't showing up for appointments, we will stop their account and we will refund them their money.
Yeah.
And we will say, hey, until you can get life on track, we want you here.
Yeah.
We want you to be here weekly, but we're not going to take any more of your money.
Yeah.
Even if they've committed to a frequency of care in a time frame. It's just, not only is it like good business to do that, but it's like, it's another layer of caring for the person.
Yeah.
And again, I say this time and time again, God gives us them to take charge over. So I'm honoring him by honoring them.
Yeah, absolutely. And one thing I am curious of is you're obviously having these conversations here, right? How are you equipping people to take what they're learning here to take home?
Oh, so many ways, man. Because if I just from the simple fact that if I can alter people's perception of like, hey, stop treating disease and start building your health.
Yeah.
If I can shift that paradigm in general,
right,
that's going to be a generational thing. And then as relationships are formed, people start to see the healing in their own body. And let's say they're not a believer, I can point them to the God who made their bodies to heal. That's first and foremost. Secondly, they start to ask questions. They start to get curious. They're like, well, my blood pressure is like normal now.
Yeah.
I'm like, yes, your body is healing. They're like, what did you do? I'm like, it's nothing I did. It's just the repetition of care that works every time to create balance so your body's able to heal. Yeah. And like, well, what about my grandson who's got X? Or what about my neighbor who's got Y? And that's one of the fastest ways that our business grows with zero marketing. Yeah. Is that we just take good care of people. Yeah. And we point them to lasting impact. And then they start to go and think about others. It's no more than the Great Commission. It's like, go and make disciples. For sure. Go and do likewise. And people fall so in love with Jesus and what he's done for their life that they're like, man, how can I pay it forward and create some disciples? Same principle when it comes to healthcare. It's like, man, Dr. Matt came to the hospital and adjusted my kids. Yeah. Like, he needs to do this for all moms. And then Gabby starts to think about like other moms that need help and other family members that need help. That are still stuck in that paradigm and that model of treatment. Yeah, we're big fans because we like anytime someone's like, oh, like I don't feel very good or anything, I'm like, oh, just go see Dr. Matt. Like that's all you need to do, right? And it's just it's amazing because we've the care that we got when we first started, like we still have that same level of care now, you know. And everyone that you come in, it's like I see everybody, and like even Dr. Josh is like, man, I haven't seen you in a while. It's good to see you, man. I'm like, you too. Like it's nice to just be part of a community and part of a. Yeah, it's nice to come home. It is absolutely. Yeah. So with this, there's a lot of things that like the podcast is designed to do, but one of them is we're trying to build strong roots for future generations to stand on. Like that's the mantra for this whole thing. Yes. What would be your recommendations for like a dad that's busy, that is going through a lot right now? Like how does he take himself out of that busyness and get grounded and start kind of rebuilding some of these roots? Yeah. You have to go first. Yeah. As the man, we go first. We lead. Yeah. You know, and if we're so caught up in our own busyness, success, what's going to happen to our family? Yeah. And for me, I would say the biggest impact that we have is families. And it's starting generally like with mom and dad. But if I can help a male understand like, hey, to lead your family, you need to be healthy. To walk out the calling that God has put on your life, like God gave Adam a garden. Right. He gave you a garden to tend. And whatever that garden is, for me, it's this. Yeah. for you, it's this.
Yeah.
And as he gives you the garden, you have to be able-bodied. Otherwise, you are going to shorten your walk. You're going to shorten your effectiveness.
Yeah.
And you're going to shorten your reach.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I want to be around for my kids.
Yeah.
I want to be around for my grandkids. And I don't want to be what I've seen growing up. Like my dad's dad, my grandfather, he died of congestive heart failure when he was 81.
Wow.
My grandmother died of Alzheimer's. She didn't know who anyone was.
Wow.
And it was a really, really poor end. And that's backed up by science. The average American takes the last 16% of their life. And if you make it full life expectancy, that's 12 years in full chronic disease with very little quality. So you think about the last 16% of your life.
Yeah.
How do you want to spend it? Do you want to spend it as the grandpa that's out like wrestling with the grandkids when they're 5, 6 years old in the yard?
Right.
And you're able? And to take all of that knowledge, that wisdom that God has imparted upon you throughout your entire life, can you give that to people?
Yeah.
Versus, oh, well, I don't know. I don't really see grandpa very often because he's got dementia and he's in a home.
Yeah.
And that's unfortunately the sad reality in America. Like our health is the lowest out of any other industrialized nations.
Yeah, and we spend the most money on it. That's and I think that's one thing, and not, you don't talk politics at dinner, but it's like, I feel like this administration has exposed a lot of that to where people are like, well, why do I have to, like, why are our Fruit Loops so brightly dyed with red dyes?
Why have they canceled PE?
Right.
Why don't we do jumping jacks and pull-ups and push-ups?
What happened to the push-up sit-up test that you did in gym, right?
Yeah,
like, it's just
that disappeared when I think I was 12 and I'm 39 years old now.
Right.
You know, that was just like, oh, well, we can't do that. It just doesn't fit everybody. It's like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
And like, why are we okay with a mediocre society and a weak society? But that's not to get political.
Yeah.
But that's the society that provides the most revenue.
Yeah.
Is a sick society. And that's what I want to change.
Yeah, absolutely, man. That's awesome. For a lot of people listening to this, we always ask people, what do you want your legacy to be? Like when you are a grandpa and the kids are running around with their kids, like what do you want that legacy, like they go to bed at night or they're telling their kids stories about you. What is that legacy? What do you want to leave behind?
2 parts.
Okay.
First part is in the realm of health. I want there to be a Premier Life in every major city in America. I want it to be like the place where people are like, wow, if I need health, that's where I go. And all of the families in that city have learned to approach health differently because of the stature and publicity of what it is. Secondly, and tied to, is, wow, dad or grandpa, me, really took a stand for Jesus. And he incorporated that culture into everything that he touched.
Yeah.
Into every business that he opened, into every healthcare facility at the Premier Life that he opened, into everything.
Yeah.
He was a representation of exactly who God made him to be. That's the legacy I want to leave, because that is what will create the biggest impact on my kids and on my grandkids.
Literally mic drop. Don't drop the mic.
Yeah, well, it's true.
Yeah, no, that's great. And it's, I think there, and we kind of talked about it a little bit earlier, but it's like there's this faith revolution that is coming.
Yeah, as an awakening.
It's amazing to see it. Like, and so the fact that you're making that a center point for your business, for your legacy, like kudos to you for doing that. So
thanks, man. I want it to be a ministry before it is a health business. Like and I tell our doctors and our team all the time, like the phones can wait, the paperwork can wait, the person in front of you cannot.
Yeah.
So if you're standing there, you're like, hey, well, I'll pray for you. Just do it.
Yeah.
Pray for them right there. Lay hands on them. Pray for them. Ask for God to move.
Yeah.
Like,
absolutely.
Let's be that business that are literally the hands and feet, not the people that are like, oh yeah, I'm going to pray for you. And then we forget, or
we don't write it. Yeah.
we don't write it down. All of a sudden, it's like, man, like we missed the most important part.
Yeah.
Like we have the ability to move mountains with prayer, and we missed it because we're focused on the wrong things.
It's always so funny too. And like, someone's like, oh, well, you pray, or I'll pray for you. And you're like, all right, cool. Let's do it right now. They're like, Yeah, okay. Like it catches people off guard sometimes. Yeah. Not here, but like just in general, because they don't expect that response. It's like, well, like I've started to Uber on the weekends, and it's been one of the most humbling things that God has like put into my life. Yeah. Because there are people that I will pick up and drop off, and it's like, hey, can I, like, literally I'll drop them off and like, hey, can I just pray for you real quick? And they're like right now? I'm like, yeah, like, sure.
Isn't that awesome?
And it's like you're kind of nervous about it at first, and then you're moved, and you see, like, I don't know what happened to these people after they get out of my car, but I know that while they're in my car,
you did your very best.
I did my very best, and whatever they do outside of that is on them. But it's like, to pray for somebody that you have never met in your life is one of the most fulfilling things that you can do.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It's awesome.
And it's nerve-wracking too, like, especially when they're a new practice member and I'm like, hey, like, you're good, Rick. No, take your time. That's good.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah, you don't have to rush. You're fine. No, you're fine.
So they're a new practice member and they come in and I have no idea where they stand with the Lord.
Right.
And I just feel that prompting. You know what I mean? And he's like, pray for him. Pray for him. I'm like, I feel like I should. And I'm like, hey, is it okay if I pray for you? And, I think maybe like twice in my life I've got to, no.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to do it anyway.
I'm going to do it anyways when you're not looking.
But for the most part, people are so shocked. And they're like, yeah, I'd love that. And I'm like, what are we praying for? What's specific? And they like, you hear some heavy things.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like, truth be told, like, my marriage is falling apart, man.
Yeah.
Like, my wife and I have been missing each other for the last 2 years. We got 7 kids or 8 kids.
Right.
And we really are struggling. And I'm like, let's do it, man. Yeah. And like the amount of people I've had just in full blown tears and the aftermath where they're like, when you prayed, this happened. And it was like, wow, like what an opportunity.
Absolutely.
That we get to sit in. And I don't know, I think the world will change if everybody can keep the perspective that every secular business could be a representation of the gospel.
Oh, 100%.
Can you imagine if you walked in to get a snow cone or a sandwich and there was worship music playing and people were like, man, here's your sandwich. I'm going to pray for you today.
Yeah.
Like, what would that look like?
I mean, that's heaven.
Yeah, totally.
But
we have the ability to do that here.
Absolutely. To kind of end things, like, can you just tell people where to find you, how to connect with you? Like, I appreciate you. And again, I appreciate you doing this because I know I said it earlier, but like I have a lot of respect for you. I have a lot of admiration for you.
Honored.
You have changed my family's life to the point where like Harper is not sick. I mean, she still gets sick every now and then, but we come here. Yeah. Lily's crazy, but she loves coming here. And she's like, don't do the popcorn thing. And then you're like, you need the popcorn thing today. And she's fine, right? Like she's gotten to the point where like, there was a new doctor that you guys got, and that was the first person outside of you that she's let do the
that was Josh.
It was. Yeah. And she called him something else, but like, so like she's there and Violet is, I mean, we've had 2 kids. Yeah. When someone told us that
it would be impossible.
It would be impossible. So from myself, but also from my family, and I know a lot of other families that you're helping, and they may not say it, and if they do, great, but like, thank you for what you are doing. I really appreciate it.
It is my pleasure. Your family is an amazing family. So
they're crazy.
But
I love them.
All families are, man. But years to come, and that's what I want everybody to feel. So you can find us thepremierlife.com. Okay. That's our website. It'll give you access to our Carmel office, to our Anchorage, Alaska office, and soon to be multiple offices all over the roadmap in Indianapolis to start. So Our socials are on there. You can find me at _premier_life. That's my personal Instagram. And just love to have people connect with us. Love to have people reach out. Love to answer questions. Love to facilitate healing in families versus disease management.
Absolutely, man. We'll end it on that. I appreciate you.
You too, buddy.
And we'll do a part 2. I think we'll do a part 2 for sure on this.
Sounds like a plan. We can get into the depths of it all.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Thanks,
Very
man.
Cool. Thanks.